morning, guys. Today is going to go a little bit different. I will have my microphone off and on. Currently, I do not have it on. I forgot to put it on. But today's going to be a little bit different. You're going to see me around the house, different things that I do when I'm off work. So hang out with me today. Come along. I hope you enjoy it. Here is my vegetable plant. So my hydro plant. And it's just taking over. So I have some romaine lettuce, and you guys, this started growing like after day one. I think I'm gonna need to harvest it, and that way it doesn't go bad. These are my tomato plants, so they're kind of taking over. And the light, it's supposed to be like 5 inches above, but the light is at its highest. So yeah, but the tomatoes kind of taken over everything. And here I have jalapenos. And then in these last two, I have bell peppers. So they're the tiny red, yellow, and orange bell peppers. So they're not really getting any light because of this tomato plant. So I decided to get a second one, and that way I can transfer the lettuce and peppers and over here. So I decided to do 2 more lettuce. So as you can see, those have already started to come up. This one is another tomato, so I will add that one to the other one. And then the peppers usually take the longest to germinate. So I'm just waiting for those to germinate, and once those germinate, this will become the lettuce and peppers one, and then I'll leave the other one to the tomatoes since they are just taking over. But I'm super excited. I can't believe how much everything has grown. So here's a look at, oh, let me see if I close this so we can get some better lighting in here. Yeah, okay. Not better, but it's not terrible. Okay, so I have been knitting up these swatches. I had them all, like if you have seen my Etsy or my Brazos Fiber Works shop, usually I only have knitted that part because I'm trying to get them up in the shop. And I wanted something that I could take, to show for a show if I decided to do those. So I finished knitting all of my one sock samples. So one, I could get all of my needles back because those were holding up a lot of needles, not gonna lie. Here is my Field of Tulips. So I have finished that one. So it's not going to look this week like I have got a lot done. I actually have. All right, so then here is another one. This one I don't have in the shop currently. It will come back for Halloween. But I finished that one. And then here is my summer bikini one. And yes, so I have 4 needles now, you guys. So I didn't have much to show for this week, but I did get all these done. So I have all these needles back so I can start knitting on some socks and start getting those done. But these were holding up the show. I even have one more that I'm working on, and then yeah, all my needles will be done. So yeah, still got, you guys, quite a bit of yarn in the shop, so you guys head over there and check it out. So today is a dye day. I am dyeing up some of the Field of Tulips self-striping yarn that I have orders for. So right now the lighter green is going, the darker pink is going, and then as soon as those get done, those 2 will go in. So yeah, I'm dyeing those up today. I already have one that's already dry of the same colorway that I just scanned up for an order. And then pretty soon, once my 4th of July one gets dried up, I will knit that up and hopefully show it here soon. Unfortunately, it's not going to be on today's video because I had it already dried and then I wasn't happy with the red. So I dyed the red a little bit darker. So as soon as that dries, I will get that knitted up and show it on my Instagram and Facebook. But for now, it's probably not going to be shown this episode. But I will keep you guys up to date with that and maybe share it on the next episode. So my husband always jokes with me, honey, why don't you just dry your yarn really quick and throw it in the dryer? So you know what, you guys, let's try it. All right, guys, did you really think I was gonna do that? Did I get you? I bet I got some of you. I bet you were screaming at this, saying, what are you doing? I just thought it'd be funny to joke. No, but I hung it up on a hanger and then I'm gonna hang it up to dry and it'll probably dry by tomorrow, the next day. All right, so here is, I had to re-dye the red, like I told you. It's already dried. So I have just the blue and white knotted up. So here it is. This I dyed on BFL. It's not a normal color that it's not a normal fiber that I do dye the self-striping on. I just thought I would use it and see just how it turns out. I feel like with the superwash, it comes out a lot more vivid and brighter. So this one might not be as vivid as, say, you ordered my platinum or my Brazos or my glitter base. But I am going to knit this up and I will show you. All right, y'all, so here it is. Here is my red, white, and blue self-striping yarn. This is a 3-stripe repeat, approximately 5 rows per stripe. And it will be in the shop soon. All right, here it is, all caked up. Gorgeous. And next I will show you it knitted up. All right, guys, so like I showed you, here is it all caked up. And here is a sample. So I just did a short sample, but you can see how it is the red, white, and blue. So yeah, it's all done, guys, and it should be available in the shop now. All right, so all of the self-striping for the Field of Tulips that I dyed earlier, it is completely dry, and I am going to attach it to the warp, and then the customer has requested it be caked up in 250-gram cakes. So that is what I am going to do. I am not going to skin it up. So hello and welcome back to Brazos Fiber Works. Today it is Friday, May 24th. It is almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I know I usually get these videos up by 7 on Friday mornings, but again, I feel like it's the same sad sob story, but my week got kind of changed around with my schedule this week, and instead of being able to record yesterday, I'm recording today. But yeah, we're gonna do a little bit different this week. You may have already seen it, or I'm putting it after this, but I wanted to just kind of give you like what's going on during the day when I'm off. Update you on some things around the house, life, all of that. So I hope you do enjoy today's video. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on that button and coming along with me today. I hope you do decide to subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you're a returning viewer, thank you guys so much for coming back. I appreciate you guys so much. So wow, it's been 2 weeks and I have not got a lot done. I know you guys have probably heard this, but what I have been working on is my Yorkshire Blanket by Meema Makes, and I am using my 24 Canadian Dyer Advent from Polka Dot Creek from last year, 2025, and I have nine of the patterns finished. So each pattern you make 2 squares, and so I have all of those done. I have 3 more patterns to get through, but let me show you those today. All right, so I have the camera pointed down on the table, and I'm gonna go through with you all of the squares. So my first square, in the pattern, she calls the square Bronte. I will put it up on the screen. I think I'm saying it right. So here is, and this is done in a fingering weight yarn. I did it just as the pattern was written. And so here is my first square. And then this is the same square. So there's 2 per pattern. So I have these 2 in the first square. The second square is called Mill Wheel. So they are supposed to be kind of like a wheel with water coming off. That was what she describes. And so we have this one. And then we have this one. So that is number 2 square. And I haven't washed or blocked these at all. It's just how they came out. The third pattern is going to be Windy Moors. So here is that first square, and here is that second square. It's kind of hard to see because it is a dark color. So yes, that's number 2, or sorry, that's number 3. Number 4 is the waterfall. This so far is one of my favorites. I love the baubles coming off the sides. They're just so cute. So there's the first square, and then here is that second square. So I feel like in this one, you can kind of see it a little bit better, the detail, than this one. But yeah, that is square 4. All right, square 5 is called Foxgloves. So I know she said they were kind of like flowers. So like here is the stem and the leaves, and then here is the flower. So it came out so cool. So this is my other favorite one so far. And here it is in that yarn. So that is square 5. Square 6 is called Lambing Season. Both of these were red, white, and blue. I didn't plan them that way. It's just how I took them off of where they were when they came out for the Advent. But it looked great in the blanket because they will both be in way separate places on the blanket. So yeah, super cute. Square 7 is called Falling Leaves. And this one is beautiful, beautiful. So here is the first square. And then here is that second square. Then we have square 8, which is called Rolling Hills. And it is just a beautiful pattern as well. And all these crochet up so quickly. I have been enjoying it so much. So that is square 8. And then square 9, the last one that I've completed is the Yorkshire Rose. This is the most recent one that I just finished, and it is beautiful. It is so pretty. And I especially like it in this sherbet. It reminds me of a rainbow sherbet. But yeah, so cute. All right, so that is what I have done so far in that Yorkshire blanket. Like I said, it is so fast to crochet up. I can't wait to get the next 3 patterns done and then be able to put everything together. I feel like by the end of May, I should be done with the blanket, and that's exciting because if you remember, I have one more advent from last year, my Chelsea Yarns advent, that I still need to come up with a project to put that into. So as soon as I finish this one, I will figure out what I am going to do with that pattern or with that advent. So yeah, a lot. I did share with you in one of the clips, or you're about to see it, of my self-striping samples that I have been trying to get off my needles, because in our Brazos Fiber Works Ravelry group, which if you haven't joined us, please come over to Ravelry. Join us in the Brazos Fiber Works group. We are working on this year down stashing from our current stash and making anything out of that. And then we also have a monthly sock knit along. And I feel like the past couple months I haven't gotten a whole lot done, if any socks done. And a lot of it has been because I've been trying to put out new self-striping yarns. And in order to do so, I have to make up samples. And so I'll knit up the samples so far to where I can actually take a picture of them, get them up. And I hadn't finished the samples. And so most of my ChowGoo red lace size 1 needles have been in all of those projects. So my game plan this last couple of weeks or the last month has been, let's get all of those done, even though I know I won't be able to work on other things, but I can free up all those needles and begin to start working on knitting up some socks every month. So that is where I've been with all of this. And so hopefully that frees up to where I can start getting some socks that I was currently working on completed, because I had some of those needles, I had knitted off the first sock in those patterns, and then I grabbed those needles to work on some of my sample socks. And so I haven't been able to finish those. So that has been a lot of why I haven't been able to get those completed. So another project that I want to start working on is taking my rose cardigan and that panel that I keep talking about that I messed up on, and I did accidentally 2 of the same patterns. I need to rip that back out so that I can fix that and start moving along with that one so I can get it done, because I really want to finish that rose cardigan. I really want to wear it, enjoy it, because it looks like a cardigan that I would absolutely love. So that is what we are going to do today. We are going to just start ripping that out so that I can focus time and energy on getting that completed. So that is off of my needles. So that kind of wraps it up for all of anything I've been working on this last couple of weeks with crochet, knitting, all of that. It wasn't a whole lot, but I really I've been enjoying crocheting on the squares. But I do want to talk a little bit about what I've been reading, not reading. So if you saw last, I think this was the February book. No, March. Maybe this was a March book. I don't know. I think this was the March book. So this is the one that I picked for March, and it sounded really good online and something that would just be fun to get into. I have read 2 chapters, and I know like that's really not enough to get into, but I think I've read 2. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm on chapter 3. So I'm on chapter 3. But in the first 2 chapters, it just really hasn't drawn me into it. So I think I'm going to put this one on the back burner and work on reading some other novels and then come back to this one later and see if I can get into it, because I feel like I did this when I read the ACOTAR series, and the first book, it took so long to get into it that I almost put it down. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I kept going with it. But so yeah, we're going to put that one on the back burner. And I chose 2 for the month of April. And the first one is called Annie Knows Everything. So I kind of think this one is going to be a pretty good book. And then I got Yesteryear. This one, I ordered it, and it said it wasn't going to be here till the end of the month because it was such a hot ticket. So I really have high hopes for this one. So I'll definitely let you guys know once I start reading these and give you my review on these. I think I'm going to start reading this one first. So I just got it a few days ago. So I'm definitely going to start reading on that one. But other than that, that's it for reading. All right, so life news. Not a whole lot has changed, especially with work. So we are working on it. We think we have a person who we are going to hire. We're just waiting for their decision, and hopefully it all works out and we get somebody in there so that I can kind of have a little bit of life back. Where I am getting like help with the old role and the rest of the team, it's still, I feel like a lot falls on me, and it will just be nice to be able to help train a new person for that and then focus on my new job. Yeah, it's been a lot, and I feel like a constant like schedule change with things that are going on. We've had managers on vacation, and when you only really have 5 managers in the building and you're down one, which we've technically been down one for about 4 or 5 months. I think it's 5 months now. And then one goes on vacation, that leaves you 3 managers. So to run everything, and that's a lot. So I love my team, everything, not complaining. It's time for us to have 5 managers back, have our lives back to some normalcy. And yeah, so I can't wait to get somebody in that position, get them going, and yeah, just see where everything goes. But other than work, so we have made some vacation plans. I'm super excited to say that we are going in June. Of course, you guys know we love to go on our RV vacations. So, and my parents, they have an RV, so we like to kind of get somewhere where they like to go. And so far, our next trip is going to be in June, and it's going to be at Margaritaville down in South Texas. So I'm super excited about that. I have seen a lot of people who have gone down there. I've seen clips. It looks so exciting. Usually it is pretty pricey. We did get a discount for going for 7 days. So yeah, I'm super excited. It has beach access. We can walk right to the beach, and I think it's going to be perfect. So I'm hoping that the weather is great. It stays great. Because the worst thing, it would rain or stormed, and I don't want to have to do that. So yes, in June, we are going to go there. So I'm excited about that. I do have a weekend off next month. Hopefully we can just go do a weekend getaway trip and go do something there. That would be exciting. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot. Shop news. So like I said, my red, white, and blue self-striping will be coming up in the shop. So if you're interested in that, I'm still going back and forth on whether I want to do two red, white, and blue ones, like something a little bit different. So I may do that. I may do one that's not a self-striping. I may do one that's a self-striping. I don't know. And the next week, I will decide that and let you know. But pretty soon, you will see this one up in the shop. So head over to brazosfiberworks.com or Brazos Fiber Works on Etsy and check that out. Order one. Yes, I absolutely just have been enjoying dyeing up this self-striping yarn. And yeah, I think 4th of July is going to be fun. This one, I decided to do just a 3-color repeat because in the past, I've done like red, white, and blue and a speckled stripe. I've done red, white, red, white, red, white, blue. This year, I was like, you know what? Let's just go classic red, white, and blue. I think it's going to be beautiful, and I hope you guys enjoy it too and decide to order that. And then let's talk about the Advent, guys. You guys, I released my Advent on April 1st. It is holiday magic theme. It is based on Mickey and Friends. So there is going to be a Mickey and Friends extras. There is going to be Mickey and Friends. It's like color inspired, but I do have to call it holiday magic. So those are in the shop. Those are still available on my brazosfiberworks.com shop only right now. In August, they will go up on Etsy. There probably will be only a small amount that is going to go up on Etsy because I do have to start dyeing those and getting those ready. So depending on how many I get off of my Brazos Fiber Works, I will cut that off at the end of May. So if you're really wanting to get one of those, just know they will be up until the end of May. And then once the end of May comes, I will take them off that. And then if you're still wanting one and one is available to you in August, those will be up on my Etsy shop. So that is all I have for shop news. You guys, I feel so bad about recording only twice a week, but like I said, right now, just for everything going on, that is just the way it's going to have to be until hopefully July. Only reason I say July is because June is vacation. And I feel like with everything going on at work, it's going to be July before we're going to have everybody trained. Everything is going to be back into life regular. So my plan is July, you will see the weekly videos. I do apologize again for getting this one up late. I had Monday and Thursday off originally this week, and then that got changed. So I had every intention on filming yesterday, and since I had to end up going to work yesterday, it wasn't going to happen till today. I really wanted to do it last night. Unfortunately, we ended up having to take the dog to the vet. We needed to get his shots up to date because he was going to the groomers this morning, and we didn't realize that. So it kind of like changed everything, and you know what it is. It's life happens, right? But yeah, so it will still be every 2 weeks until we get to July. You guys, I hope you guys are coming over. You're sharing your stuff on Ravelry. I'm going to head over there today and try to update everything that's been going on. Check out everything all the projects that you guys have been posting on there. I love seeing your guys' progress, your posts, your pictures. It's so exciting. I love having that community, and I just can't wait for it to grow. So if you're not part of that, please head over there, become a part of our Ravelry group on our Brazos Fiber Works group on Ravelry. And you guys, I will see you guys back here in a couple weeks. And I hope you guys are making beautiful things, and I will see you guys later. Bye.